How's it going, people? Jag here with another video here to check out a review for a game that I just finished, Black Myth Wukong. And I need to profess something very important here. What you're about to witness is very unique, because on this channel we've watched a bunch of reviewers for insanely highly edited reviews of games produced by whom we could only define as sentient computers, have been the likes of Maxor or Timothy Ross, for the hyperbolic renditions of the happenings in a video game that somehow, to a schizophrenic degree, maintain a level of coherency. We had Seth Zintak. But in the middle ground, of course, we will have the funny, quippy, and just overall chill types like Martin Sutopens or Breaky. Now, what you're about to witness right now is just plain schizo. Like, there's no other definition for this. I love the person that we're about to watch right now, who's called Ranton. We've watched him on the stream before, but unfortunately that was on Twitch and I did not save that reaction, so yeah, it's kind of gone. But every single time that I watch a video from Ranton, I am reminded that I should be Slav squatting a bit because of his high mobility. You may know of him, he's the Shaolin monk of YouTube, and he's just overall great. But for his video games reviews though, just like Maxor, it's an acquired taste, so we're gonna test this one out with his video here on Black Myth Wukong and why it is the only review that you need.
Black Myth Wukong is mostly a great success.
You scared for me?
This game has been slowly hyped up for years.
Yeah, there was a quick tenement jump scare there, and yeah, the game was once called The Scam, but man, I wish those people will come and apologize now.
I'm right here, kill me. Basically, my message is...
I'm the monkey. This game is about me.
The rules have changed.
Nobody else.
Told you I would find you.
Nobody's earned the right to review this game except me.
The city's afraid of me.
This is between me and China. 4 years I've been waiting, man. Wukong be
I can't tell if that was him or his
The
wife.
day has come. I thought it would never happen. Check my pulse, bro. But now, there's no more hiding between your Unreal Engine 5 trailer, your video montage, des je sais pas quoi, des trucs de gamin. Nothing but Tony and monkey game from China. You and me,
How do you contain so much in one person? Like, he speaks French, German, English, and Mandarin. God damn, I can't exactly speak my mother tongue as well as I used to.
Xi Jinping, I fuck you. I fuck you. I fuck you. Now I want to make this perfectly clear. I will review this game. And honest with business Saksiki. I have so much to say, bro, as always. But today, extra plus even much more. Nobody was more hyped for this game than me. To all these other reviewers, stop. My dog. There's no review copy because I'm come for legacy.
Shit.
Black Myth Wukong is breaking records. Over 10 million units sold already. The most played single player game of all time on Steam. Chinese companies are giving their employees the day off to play it. No joke. This is big. Like once. Game of the year, question mark. It does something that we have never ever seen before and makes me fun of fucking Boston. And then it does something that ruins it like a kill shot. Don't come to the zoo tomorrow.
Oh, open carry to the zoo.
Before we continue this video is sponsored by... There is no ad, bro. There is no sponsor. Yeah, come on. Black Myth Wukong Project is the best browser I've ever seen. Are you ready for a revolution? It's easy to remember. Oprah, like Phantom. G, like Wasma.
Wait, was that? No.
Yeah, come on. Black Myth Wukong Project is the best browser I've ever seen. Are you ready for...
That was the three-body problem. Yeah.
Revolution. It's easy to remember. Oprah, like Phantom. G, like Wasma. Jesus. And X marks the spot.
Excuse me?
It's so customizable, you don't even wouldn't possibly man. Let's say you doubt Opera GX, no problem. Use Opera GX to customize Opera GX into not Opera GX. Wanna hear how I come to You enjoy modding Skyrim? Cool. Does that hobby come in hetero? Start modding your browser now! I put the money rain on my screen. You should try the correct screen mods. Useful. Wallpaper, background music, keyboard sound, you know sandwich artist? You can be browser autist. My favorite feature is the GX card.
Browser.
Show you the current deals about the games. And discounts across various platforms, but for me, the release calendar is particularly useful. Do you know when Kami Tsubaki City Ensemble comes out? I do.
Subject failed.
And all this is free anyways. Use my link below to download Opera GX today. Just try it. Anyone who's willing to sponsor the top monk deserves some respect. Okay? So put some respect on Opera GX. Alrighty. So, Black Myth Wukong. Sorry, but I'm a serious reviewer. Can't be taken seriously if I wear a monkey costume. You know what's fucking crazy? When BMW was announced in 2020, 4 years ago, and we first saw the gameplay, we thought, games will look like this? It's over! Gänsehusen! And now we're here. And yes, they do.
It does.
And it's not even that crazy. Look at Metal Gear Solid Delta. Look at Hellblade 2. Space Marine 2. I'm not trying to say that's nothing special anymore, but in a way, yeah, this is the new standard for AAA. What a time to be alive, my friends. Shout out to everyone who passed away. The game is in a marvelous technical state. I had no bugs. No crashes. It is gorgeous. I see Wukong. I want to feed the monkey. Unreal Engine 5. Schmeckt. The
Mind you, if you played Immortals of Avium the day before, Lord of the Fallen. Oh no, I can't be dunking on Foreskin too much. They have the Luminous engine, so it's like an in-house thing. Somehow it's worse than what you could have done through pulling assets through Unreal. Your game is not bound to be good just because it's done by that amazing engine. You actually need to optimize things to make sure that they come out as you want them to look like, but also work on the different platforms. That being said, during my first live stream of this, people were applauding me for being able to run this game, and I can't blame them because it seemed like some people needed to have a PC that was able to fight God to be able to play this.
Cutscenes are keynote. The music is banging. The voice acting, impeccable. The headless Chinese singer guy, I love him. I don't want to spend any more time glazing the game's visuals because you don't need me for that. You can see it with your own eyeball. What you might need me for is to tell you guys that this is special. You might know the Monkey King from other games, but this right here is something else. This
Somebody mentioned
is to tell you guys that this is special. You might know the Monkey King from other games, but
Enslaved Odyssey to the West, basically Journey to the West Hollywood edition with Andy fucking Serkis right there.
Bro, why you ain't just shoot him right here?
Because it's better to leave the crime scene more spread out. Makes us look like amateurs.
You could rename this game as The Kind of Us. It was released 3 years before The Last of Us or something like that. Basically the same premise. Post-apocalyptic world, Journey to the West, where Tripitaka... why am I giving a summary to this? It was actually a pretty decent game, but didn't warrant a sequel, so nobody remembers it.
But this right here is something else. This world, this narrative, this attention to detail, this love for the source material. A novel written almost 500 years ago. There was no TikTok, no medicine. If you fucked, you died. This is an original story. The novel has concluded and Black Myth Wukong seamlessly continues where it ended. I've been having a geek off with a close Chinese friend of mine who always helps me with translations. And strap in guys, I'm going deep. Every enemy you fight gets a gorgeous hand-drawn journal entry in this traditional Chinese style. Why is the Panda Express menu not like this? It's accompanied by a poem and anecdotes about the creature. Look at this wolf and his story, and the story of the wolf and so on. I can summarize the entire bestiary with one word: charm. Every character in Black Myth Wukong has irresistible charm. No matter how small, how unimportant, how much they look like mein haariger Sack, they're all a joy to listen to. And what's the mystic? They quote ancient Chinese proverbs and expressions. Here's a quick taste.
就在樊笼里，复得返自然。贪坑不罢，无数常在。
The Buddhist temples and Chinese architecture. I love this so much I cannot fit it into words, no my rectum. To see my culture represented in a big budget game to this degree is an amazing feeling. And if you think I'm biased because I'm Chinese, I'm sorry I annoyed you with my ethnicity. Maybe this is how you see.
Like, I mean, he's right. Like, how often have you heard of Ashura or Susano? I am so sorry if it is sounding like I'm doing a caricature here. That's not my intent. But like the Raijin, Izanagi, Ibisu, Amaterasu, all of those, we have heard them tirelessly. They've been dealt with in Japanese mythology focusing exclusively here on the East. And how about the many rendition of the Greek gods and the Romans ones as well, who are just a copy of the Greek gods? It is refreshing to have a different perspective, to being exposed to a culture that some of us do know, but to like a minute degree in video games through series like Dynasty Warrior or the Three Kingdoms, right? They do occur, but like when your reference to a Chinese deity has all to do with like a cute anime girl, it's like, okay, thank you so much, Genshin, but I would like to have something a bit more concise.
Did you know China and Japan are still different countries?
This man.
Did you know that the game has 81 bosses, and in the novel, Sun Wukong has to face 81 calamities through his journey to the west? Did you know that the max cap is level 342, which is the age of Wukong's death, as deemed by the King of Hell? Did you know that this mural right here depicts Wukong's first teacher? Did you know that
the original show?
It's because of the classic TV show that I watched as a kid.
Yeah.
The devs even got approval from the original composer of the theme song and remix it into something similar but fresh. Es lässt die Herzen höher schlagen, meine Damen und Herren. The list of nods and small references to the novel, to the legendary TV show are endless and prove to me that this was a labor of love.
Yeah, it was truly amazing. And this is one of the reasons why I understand why there are some people, when they're reviewing games like this one or Space Marines 2, don't like it that much and go so far as to giving it a 6 out of 10. Now, I said I understand, okay? Don't send the Inquisition after me. Listen, the level of entry that a person has to a certain video game. It's okay to have a normie take on something that is otherwise beloved by many people. If the presentation does not feel concise to you, where the story feels confusing and doesn't seem to be leading anywhere, I understand that frustration. Those nods and bits and pieces that nerds like myself who indulge in these kind of things or might have a background knowledge about all this definitely will rank as a 10 out of 10. Not exactly ranking Space Marines 2 out of 10 out of 10, but damn close. We would enjoy that, but a normie take as a 6 out of 10 is not something that I would immediately say should be demonized, despite the fact that I still think that is wrong.
Don't even want to mention the murals that you see at the end of each level or the animated cutscenes. It's just in game form. But now let me ask you the $1,000,000 question. Who gives a fuck? Legit, who gives a shit? Who cares? World building and story go hand in hand. Just because your world is awesome and great, you're a nerd, you love Chinese culture, you love ordering the number 43 to go, don't mean the story is any good. And it's not. Let me put it like this. For me, it was like watching a play at a theater. Cultured, but lame as fuck. I never found it particularly engaging. It's fun to see it unfold in front of you. Every chapter is its own little play with its own characters, and you're along for the ride, so to speak, yeah? I enjoy that for what it is, but I also, it is lacking an overarching story, an overarching villain, a continuous thread. Your character is a mute monkey with zero personality and emotions. I can't relate to that. I talk a lot. The game fails to build any suspense, and my advice to the developers would have been be a little less concerned with paying respect to the source material, but focus more on telling a story that works today, because the story you told just doesn't.
And I'm not going to try to put word in his mouth here, but by saying work today, it's not like making a modern day adaptation of Chinese mythology, but like we have to have a certain level of coherence. I've read parts of Journey to the West, not all of them. That's too fucking much. It would be the equivalent of being like, hey, so how much of the Horus Heresy have you read? Yeah, so I read Horus Rising and the Last Siege of Terra book. Okay, how about the other 60 ones that you've skipped? Like, I can definitely turn my brain off when it comes to a story like this, and I guess that part of the appeal is of this type of game is to do that. But just like with playing Elden Ring or something of the sort, I would like to get that moment of, this is why I did this. And it's just too sporadic, you know? It's way too much afar. Those moments of deep realization where you actually connect the dot, don't exactly hit as much as I would do in even a Souls game where things can happen pretty randomly if you are not paying attention. But Jack doesn't admit that you were not paying attention in this game. Look, I definitely was, and I hope that on the second playthrough it is something that is going to ring a bit more home. At least make a bit more sense.
Okay, let's leave all this sorry shit behind us. Who gives a fuck? It's a game. I wanna play a game. Watch a game. Play a game. Watch a game. Listen to a game. Oh! Exploration. AKA invisible walls. Watch me!
Gameplay.
Yes, they're here. They're everywhere. Get ready. You walk 5 meters, yeah? The environments are very limiting. You really can't explore off the beaten path. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no exploration. On the contrary, there's tons to find. Gras, Baum, Stein. The locations are huge, but it just takes a while for you in the game to get to know each other, learn to read each other's signs. But the way the monk jumps and climbs and clips around vertical obstacles is janky and cursed. There's a reason why there's no platforming, okay? It just wasn't made for it. I know all this sounds kind of bad, but I did get used to it pretty quickly, and I'm also inclined to forgive it. Because number 1, I'm a nice guy. Number 2, how the fuck would you know if I wasn't a fucking piece of shit? Number 3, there's so much optional goodness in this game. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but there are several completely secret locations, massive optional quests, hidden items, secret equipment, cutscenes and story elements that most people won't find. The amount of people who were calling me out on my first playthrough, like, I don't think that you're supposed to be knocking on the bells there or ringing the bells. I was like, dude, I'm a monkey king, at least aspiring to be. I am going to do that just to piss off the other guards. That's my nature. And sure enough, it led me to another iteration of a golden Thanos. Of content here is gigantic. 35 hours for my first playthrough. And I realized after talking to my friend that I've missed some epic stuff. So please do explore each level. Now, you guys know me. You know me. When people ask you, who's Ranton? You guys always respond, Ranton. Tall and smart. One of my, admittedly, very few negative characteristics. I have the orientation of a goldfish. That's why I could never finish the kill. Number 1. Number 2, after taking the right at the third branching intersection. Admittedly, very few negative characteristics. I have the orientation of a goldfish. That's why I could never finish the Sekiro. Number 1. Number 2, after taking the right at the third branching intersection, I look back and I'm like, goodbye. Now, why do I say this? Because BMW also has no map. Zero. Nothing. Nichivo. Ni figure. Ni Mutterfigur. Not even an abstract title with some artwork on it or compass that leads to Shaolin. You know how Kratos had Mimir? I want Shirang to point me in the right direction every time I roll my boots.
Ranton's penis is so small.
I should hate this, but I don't. It's just not that bad here. And I think the key reason is because the world is separated into distinct locations. You can't get lost forever, so to speak. You're locked in an area. I like that. You can travel between them if you missed something. There's a nice golden shower that guides you to the closest inactive shrine. It's nice, especially because there is a bigger issue than no map. Due to the significant amount of backtracking, traversing this world can get tedious. For real, the game either needs some type of mount or an ultra sprint where you can go monkey mode and just run on all fours. There's too much running through emptiness. For those of you who want to 100% the game, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. Just know this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All this shit is now out of the way. Fine, I can talk about what I want to talk about. Enough with the ping-pong argumentation.
The combat.
Black Myth Wukong just used every other AAA game as toilet paper. Vibrant shit from its arse. The bosses in this game... I'm gonna say it. The bosses in this game take a dump on Elden Ring bosses. That is a fact. A brutal fact.
I agree.
Enemy variety, boss level, enemy design, and level. The best boss I've ever seen in a video game. No exception. Done. Over and out. Don't believe me? Gorgeous man with more hair than me. Da baby. Wolf in Wolf's pants. Richard Barker. Don't you know about the frog? Half snake, half emo. Big black busted bear with big beats. And if you think that's a spoiler, it's not. Because Black Myth Wukong doesn't just deliver quality. It delivers quantity. So much so that the co-op online is laughable.
It is fucking wild. No, okay. I'm a freaking die-hard fan of FromSoft, okay? Miyazaki, I might be one of the people who would have helped you when you were stuck in the snow. But when I see games like Lies of P, even the one that I was shitting on before, Lords of the Fallen, I'm like, design-wise, god damn, FromSoft, take some cues from here, please. The DLC have done some beautiful things to implement new designs and alternative approach to how they could look like and operate. That's cool. But then when it comes to mechanics, right? We remove a lot of the fallen, yeah, let's throw it in the trash. Lies of P delivered so much variety in terms of bosses. I was like, holy shit.
Boss rush game? Every person who says that should be bullied into a work camp. It's not a boss rush game. Oh my god. It's just a game with a lot of bosses. And you're just not used to getting spoiled like that. Fighting bosses is still only a fraction of the total playtime. You're still exploring a ton and fighting normal enemies all the time. But the sheer amount of boss battles is unprecedented and something that you have to witness to believe. Trust me, you don't know. You haven't seen this. So just because a game went above and beyond what you can conceive that brain of yours, don't lash out. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing right now? Watching a random video? Good, that's great. Love you for that. Give it up. I have a lot of passion and anger and it's fighting in the wrong direction. That's the story. And even if it was a boss game, so heckin' was, Bruder. It's not, but would that be a bad thing? Ever played Furry? Nein, also halt dein Maul. You can take any 10 main bosses from...
I have to play Fury. We're going to play Fury to the next stream. Shit.
Black Myth Wukong and fill a full-fledged AAA game with them and people would applaud and say amazing. That's how good it is. And now it makes complete sense why this game took so long to make. Designing, prototyping, playtesting these bosses must have taken years. A boss fight is where a game truly needs to shine. It's where everything has to come together. It has to be fun, memorable, challenging, enough. And these motherfuckers from Game Science, they said more to an unreasonable degree. And the payoff is galactic. I want to show you so many more of these bosses, but I don't want to spoil it. Just, you have seen nothing. There's one optional mini side boss that I do want to highlight though. It's a monk that just stands around, his hands behind his back, only fighting you with his legs. I love him. The design is minimalist but memorable. His moveset unique and fun. He's also a tough cookie and has a second phase where he unleashes his arms. It is brilliant. It made me fall in love with this game. And it's just one tiny mini boss that some people may miss. Okay, so what an amazing game. My final rating for Black Myth Wukong is a 9.
Uh-oh.
There's a fine line between right and wrong.
Oh no.
In the shadows, they sent Ranton in to find it.
Rant on.
Rant on.
People, gamers, Asians, listen here. Black Myth Wukong is not a Game of the Year contender for me. It has a problem. And it's so massive that I want Game Science to unrelease this game right now. Here it is. The combat is a button-mashy, shallow, vapid, repetitive disgrace that breaks this game's back. Spinal. Where are the combos, Game Science? Where are the combos?
Yeah. It's arguable. Like, I want to argue that the mixture of the abilities here and there with your skill tree and just picking one or the other or making use of the different forms that you can transform to make it passable, but I get where he's coming from.
Hiding them under the floorboards. Here's how you play Black Myth Wukong in the first hour. I press X. Here's how you play Black Myth Wukong in the last hour. I press X,
And just proper dodge.
You only press Y. What combo finisher that costs the focus point, and that's always the same. What happened here? Where are the combos? All the abilities you have, they're cool. Transforming, cool. Freeze, cool. Spirits, cool. Rock solid, that's me. But the basics, you forgot the basics, man. The foundation. This house is crumbling. There's next to zero variation. It makes me sad. To be clear here, this isn't even about finding your go-to combos and sticking to them. I'm not a combo fanatic. I don't need 100 combos. I don't like bloated combo systems, so don't even. There just aren't any mother. You play this game the same way I play it. Everybody plays it the same way. Spam X, learning curve, non-existent. Oh no, but I use the frog and I use the quadroscope. Fuck out of here with them one-click, one-off abilities, bro. And if you're only 5 to 10 hours in and you think it's not that bad, I can do the bomb. You're at the beginning. Once you get deeper, then talk again. The different stances, pathetic. It does basically nothing but change what animation you can play after button spamming. All this is unnecessary and should have been consolidated into button combinations, i.e. combos. Separating this already bare bone system by different stances was brain sharden, brain busted. Elden Ring doesn't need combos because Elden Ring is one hit dodge. You die really quickly. No time for combos. But Wukong isn't a Souls-like, bro. It's not even a fascinating new genre mix.
No.
We had plenty of games like it before, didn't we?
That dog has the passions of a saint.
With similar combat systems, Darksiders 2, Stellar Blade, Force Unleashed, even God of War, they all fuck Wukong's combat up the caboose. Where are the grabs? Where are the aerials? Where are the combos? That's what I mean, picture this. You play, yeah? The game just keeps getting better and better. The boss is awesomer and awesomer. All the while, you're still fucking using X. Oh,
yeah.
here's another boss fight. And here's another boss fight. Ja, scheiß mich voll, Digga. Scheiß mich voll, Digga. What does it matter how many boss fights you have if all of them play out the same way? See, game design fatality. A kill shot. You killed your game with this. Unrelease it. Add the combos, come back, and get your knife. Do it. You need to fix this. What the fuck? It's killing me. I can't accept this. I need to address the developers in Chinese really quickly, okay? 为了毛主席大力弘扬优秀中华传统文化，但是革命尚未成功，同志仍需努力，为了人民坚决勇敢改进游戏，最后胜利就是我们的，加油！ And it gets worse. There's a severe lack of innovation across the board. Everything progression related is mind-bogglingly uninteresting. We've seen it a million times before. The skill trees, the crafting, the items. Somebody called Snorlax because he can sleep some more. Keep sleeping. So don't call him. None of it impacts the game in a meaningful way. Remember Dante's Inferno? Oh, 2 distinct skill trees. Unholy goes with the size and holy goes with the cuts. Completely changed the way you play. But not here. You will press X until the end of days. Every system in Black Myth Wukong is either uninspired or just plain boring. I beg you, game science. I will go on my knees. This cannot be the final product. Please. Add combos. What a waste! My final rating for Black Myth Wukong is a generous
7 out of 10.
7
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yep.
Fuck my life. It's a good game. Just barely. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Ranton out.
Dude, the sweat should indicate that the man is passionate. Okay, please. Listen to him. Yep, that was Ranton for you guys. If you've never seen this man, please subscribe to him to either watch some of his video game reviews or his talks about martial arts and different other things in sometimes also pop culture and movies and stuff. He's great. He's just amazing. But yeah, Black Myth Wukong. As soon as I've done my second playthrough, I might be talking about that or include parts of it in other video talking points. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, please do make sure to go and like or subscribe if you would like to, and wish you all to have a wonderful day. Keep playing some fun games and see you guys in the next one. Bye.